we'll pass over there. So instead of having them sitting at the sun. All right. Now, I want to talk about, see that picture over there? That statue, I'm sorry? That's a guy by the name of Hoodoo Montana. He got the title of Chiefs of Chiefs. Here in New Orleans, y'all know we mass Indian, right? Y'all know why we mass Indian? Anybody? Okay, I'm going to tell you because a lot of people don't know. We mass Indian to pay homage to the Native Americans because they showed us how to be free. Now, in Louisiana, with the French and the Spanish and even the Americans, we were under slave rule by these people. Now, we had ways of getting our freedom, and that legal term, or the legal word for that is called your manumission. Your manumission is the legal word for getting free. The Native Americans showed us the cheapest way to be free. You know what that was? Just run the hell away. So, sometimes y'all feel like that when your mama punish y'all and whip y'all, right? Y'all feel like y'all want to run the hell away. Well, the Native Americans show us how we could do that by running out in the swamps and living with them in their tribes, in the swamps. But later on, we could get our own tribes in the swamps. Now, the Spanish word for runaway slave is Cimarron. Y'all got that? Say it back to me. Cimarron. Cimarron. That's the Spanish word for runaway slave. Now, you know everything in New Orleans, we're going to chop it up and make it out of something else, right? So we take that word and we say maroon. Maroon. So that's the word for runaway slaves. Now, we have what's called maroon camps out in the swamp. Now, let's take, for instance, let me show you how this come about. And I'm giving you an idea that I think would happen. I'm a runaway slave. I run across a Native American. He know I'm running away. And so he shows me an oyster. Closed oyster. He tell me, look, you can eat this. And he tell me, look, it's going to give you energy. It can help you run, hunt, fish, or whatever you're doing. And I look at it and I said, bro, that's a rock. And then he opened it up. When he opened it up, it is. I can eat it. And you know, oyster is like an energy drink like you have today. It's pure protein, so it gives you energy to run, hunt, or fish. So as he give me that oyster, I'm able to do that. So you see, we pay homage to the Indians by massing Indians every year on Carnival Day. Now, let me tell you something about Carnival. On that day, I tell people we got two things going on that day. We got Mardi Gras, which happens in the French Quarters, and we got Carnival that happens here in Treme. Two separate days, one the same day, but two separate things going on. In the French Quarter, you have the debauchery, you have the drunkenness, you have you showing your body for beads. Here in Treme is a family event. We have our children, we barbecue. We come out and we look at the Indians who come out on parade. We look at the baby dolls. These are young ladies that dress in these satin suits that come out on Mardi Gras. We have the skeletons, and we have Zulu. Zulu is the biggest parade on Mardi Gras now, but it starts in Treme. And it starts out making a mockery of Rex and all the other parades by having this tin can on your head and maybe a ham bone for a scepter. Now they are one of the biggest parades. But so we celebrate Carnival. Now, I want to tell you a story about Big Chief Hoodoo Montana. Big Chief Hoodoo Montana masked for over 51 years straight. And that's an exceptional thing to do because all of these suits are made by hand. As a kid, as I was your age, I come up sewing Indian suits. My family been making Indian suits since the 40s. And I was always told we did this to pay homage to the Indians. Big Chief Hoodoo was massing all the way up until he died. Now, the Indians have 2 days to mass, or at least 1 day and 1 night. Carnival Day and St. Joseph's Night. Now, Carnival Day, the police don't worry about the Indians because they're worried about what's going on in the French Quarter. So, St. Joseph's Night was a problem in 2005, the year right up the storm. What happened is the police sees the Indians coming up the street because Indians are one of the few, or is the only group, that do not go to City Hall and get a permit. They don't have to do that. Rex, Zulu, all the second lines, everybody got to go to City Hall and get a permit. Not the Indians. They do not get a permit. They are grandfathered in because they've been doing it since the 1700s. I tell people it's the earliest form of civil disobedience. Why? And when I tell you just civil disobedience, it's like what Rosa Parks did. She sat in the front when she was supposed to sit in the back, right? So the Indians, early on, the early civil disobedience, you have a runaway slave walking the street as a free person, dressed paying homage to the person who showed him how to break the law. So you see, that's the earliest form of civil disobedience. Now, Big Chief Tootie on the St. Joseph night in 2005, we had an issue with the police and the Indians. They're trying to, the police don't know what they're doing. They're trying to put them off the street. They have a hassle with the Indians. People go to jail. Some people go to the hospital. The Indian Council, which is all of the chiefs of all of the tribes, and Big Chief Tootie being one of the elders, they let him speak first, and Big Chief Tootie's in front of the podium, and some people have brought magazines to show them at City Hall that, look, you advertise us all over the world. You have people come and look at us. But then on the same time, you persecute us. His last words were, this has to stop. He catches a heart attack, he dies on the podium, and then we say now that Big Chief Tootie died on the battlefield. So when we sing our songs in praise of Big Chief Tootie, and he's in our songs forever. So he's part of our tradition and our culture. So Big Chief Tootie, Montana. All right? Now, we're going to Congo Square. I think our time is up on Luther.